What's up, Falcons Nation? It's your boy Jew coming at you with another Atlanta Falcons video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. In today's video, I'd like to give you guys some Atlanta Falcons news. But if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you know when I've done Atlanta Falcons content. Hit that like button for your boy. I do appreciate each and every one of you guys for continuing to tune into the channel, continuing to share out my content on all the social media platforms. If you would like to donate to my channel, you can donate to my Cash App, which is the $ Jew Talk Sports. If you would like to follow your boy on Twitter and Instagram, you can follow me at Jew Talk Sports. And if you would like to be a part of my Jew Talk Sports membership, you can hit the join tab here on my channel. But with that being said, let's jump right into the video. So today in Atlanta Falcons news, the Atlanta Falcons signed Beau Brinkley. He is the former long snapper of the Tennessee Titans and Arizona Cardinals. He spent about 8 or 9 seasons with the Tennessee Titans and 1 season with the Arizona Cardinals. But he's a veteran long snapper. I'm not surprised to see him sign with the Atlanta Falcons because we did lose our long snapper, our longtime long snapper, Josh Harris. He actually signed with another team in free agency. So we were missing the long snapper, or we needed to fill that long snapper role. And I'm not surprised to see another Tennessee Titans player because Arthur Smith is the former offensive coordinator of the Tennessee Titans, as you know, who's our head coach. And we're seeing a lot of players that played either for him or were or are familiar with Arthur Smith when he was on the coaching staff with Tennessee. So just another Tennessee Titan, former Tennessee Titans player, now to sign with our Atlanta Falcons. I do think it's a pretty good signing because he's a veteran guy who's been in the league a really long time, which means he must be a pretty good long snapper to be with Tennessee for that long, similar to Josh Harris, who was a longtime Atlanta Falcon. So I'm glad that we filled that role. Also, in Atlanta Falcons news, I believe it broke on Friday, the Atlanta Falcons signed wide receiver Damiere Byrd, who is a former Chicago Bears wide receiver and former New England Patriot wide receiver. But he played with the Chicago Bears last season. And he's a guy similar to a Cordero Patterson. Damiere Byrd is about 5'9", 180 pounds. He'll put you in the mind of Taylor Gabriel, who we had in 2016 when we had Kyle Shanahan as our offensive coordinator. Damiere Byrd is one of those guys who's a speedster. He runs a 4.2 40, a very explosive player, and a guy who can take the top off defenses. But the Chicago Bears used him last year a lot like we used Cordero Patterson. They flanked him out at wide receiver. They put him in a slot. They also used him out of the backfield on option routes and things of that nature. So Damiere Byrd is just one of those athletes, or those Swiss Army knife type players, similar to a Cordero Patterson. So I do like the signing of bringing in Damiere Byrd because he's a guy that you can use in a lot of different ways. He's a guy that can play special teams and be a returner. And I feel like bringing in a guy like Damiere Byrd, it kind of lightens the load for Cordero Patterson, because now you have another guy who can do similar things to what Cordero Patterson can do. He's not as durable or as big as Cordero Patterson, because Cordero Patterson is like 6'2", 200 plus pounds. But Damiere Byrd is a guy who the opposing defenses have to worry about getting behind the defense because of his explosiveness. He's also a guy who can catch screen passes and things of that nature. And if he hits a crease, he's a guy that can take it to the house. He can take a 5-yard hitch and take it to the house, or take a slant pattern or an option route where he's lined up against a linebacker, because he's a mismatch problem with his speed. So I definitely think that this was a good signing by our Atlanta Falcons, bringing in Damiere Byrd. We can use all of the weapons that we can get. I still feel like the Falcons will go out and draft that number 1 wide receiver and possibly bring in another wide receiver as well, maybe double dip in the draft. But I do think that Damiere Byrd was a good signing. But this just goes to show you we signed another Chicago Bears player. And I've been saying this in the last couple videos. Being that we brought over Ryan Pace, the former GM for the Chicago Bears, don't be surprised if you see more Chicago Bear players sign with us former Tennessee Titans player signed with us because free agency, usually players are going to sign with guys that they're familiar with and have relationships with. And that's what we're seeing in this free agency so far this season is guys that are signing these one-year deals with the Falcons. They have past relationships with Dean Pease, with Arthur Smith, with Ryan Pace, with Dave Ragone that's currently on this coaching staff and currently in our front office. So with that being said, you guys let me know what you think about the signings of Beau Brinkley and also of Damiere Byrd. I definitely think that both signings are solid signings, especially because of the cap situation that the Falcons are in this season, with us taking on the largest cap hit in NFL history, with us trading Matt Ryan with that $40 million cap hit. I think that Terry Fontenot so far in free agency has done a pretty good job of bargain shopping and bringing in guys that will fit Arthur Smith's scheme on a cheap, price tag. So with that being said, this has been your boy Jew. I have a lot more coming for you guys, but as always, Falcons Nation, rise up. Peace.